talking about continuing with the proposal inverter team. Also, we have a request from developer DAO to work with them and maybe like helping them with a training and also managing some cases. So we are like giving them some of these key links like the conflict management type form, and they also wanna see how did we work with Aragon. So we are like copying those links to send them.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, thanks for doing that, Juan.
Yeah.
I can share my screen for today's call. So for today, the icebreaker, so we can start. It's like, how are you coming for today's call and your expectations for the coordination call? So, like Juan said before, I come to this call being everywhere in every aspect of my life, dealing with a lot of things at once, like everything just hitting on me. But trying to deal with it all and trying to not let it fall down. And my expectation is to go through the proposals, and if we can, trying to fill the inverter proposal until the end of this week. That's something that they ask us to do. And my expectation is for us to go through all the agenda we have today. And I can pass it to Juan.
Hello, Septi, and thank you, Bianca.
Hey,
The intro question is, how are you coming for today's call and your expectations? Well, I'm coming to this call a lot decompressed. I feel that after DevCon, I've been like trying to take a break a little bit, and well, having the proposal in the forum is a great step. Maybe this or next week we can post it in the gardens. I also like that we have been outreached by other communities, and also I was opening a link that Septi sent me about other communities like Optimism, talking about conflict committees and how this thing that we started talking about is becoming something also seen and done in other organizations, but they don't have what we have, and is the service. What we have seen is big DAOs having their own conflict committee, but we can tackle small DAOs that don't have the operational resource to have an internal conflict management system, or someone who is just starting for that. So yeah, that's how I come to this call. I'll pass
I
it
was
to Innovate.
thinking we could. Oh, I was just comment very quick. I was thinking on the optimism, maybe we can offer some services to them, but that's a thing to explore. Yeah, back to innovator.
Yeah, sure. I just opened the forum, and what I would like to do is to comment and share some of the things that we are also sharing to other communities. But for this, it would be really cool to have like an unified speech and a unified criteria, and that's something we've been working on, because people like tend to ask for the proposal that we worked with Aragon, but as that proposal had its conflicts, we want to like have something better, and also that we have upgraded some of the pricings. So it would be good to like have a good strategy of how to approach these communities that are requesting these services. I'll pass it to Innovator.
Does that include your expectation for today, Juan?
Yeah, my expectation for today is to see how can gravity be something real in the space. I feel like I like that even when I am not being so present, like people still talk about us. So I think yeah, my expectation is to make gravity something real, something visible. Even though we are kind of invisible, but yeah, being present.
Okay. So from from where I'm sitting, I'm coming today to the meeting with a very interesting discussion having taken place with someone who has attended the Graviton trainings and has a peace mission. He's looking to promote peaceful coexistence. I've literally just started having the discussion with him, so I don't know a lot of detail. What I have seen though is that he's got an enormous Miro map with kind of everything that he's doing on there, and he's talking about trying to go onto Twitter and having Twitter live sessions. And I've got this instinct that people want to come and get involved, and that, again, one of the things I always look at is recruitment possibilities. And I think that he could get people. He's got a tiny DAO. He's got a Discord with 70 odd members. But it is about bringing people in and trying to find ways for them to engage and participate. So we haven't sort of really started that part of the discussion yet, but I see it happening a lot, and it's something that I've obviously mentioned with Gravity fairly regularly, and it is something that I do think people do want to come and get involved in. But if they haven't got an invitation, it's actually quite difficult for them to see. So I think it's then down to, have you got something that you can share with people? And in this guy's case, he's got this enormous Miro map, which I think if he shared with people, people would go, oh, I like this bit, or a different bit. And having that map to share with people, I think is a really helpful idea. And it would be fantastic to see Gravity doing something of that sort, because I think there is a lot, of things that we're doing where I think people would want to come and get engaged, even though it's not a finished product. I think they'd want to help us finish, turn it into a finished product. So that's kind of how I'm arriving today. And in terms of expectation, I'm really keen to hear more about the developer DAO and how we're possibly getting engaged with them. Again, I'm kind of concerned about resource, about how rather thinly I think that we're kind of stretching Juan in particular, but also Bianca, given what she started off by saying. That's kind of a feature of being so busy that you start to, as I call it, get lost in the weeds. So I'd like today is to kind of hear about how we can bring resource in to help Juan and Bianca. That's what I'd hope for. And I'll pass to Zepti.
Oh, sorry, I was answering DMs. Yeah, I I come with I'm working a lot lately, but I got energy. And regarding optimism, they're opening right now like the round 8. So I mean, I don't know if it's too soon for us, but if we don't plan to ask for funds on round 8, maybe on 9, like we could start thinking on, like they're literally like spending a lot of resources, and maybe we can do something for them in the optimism chain. Maybe not, but I think it'd be nice to explore ideas. Yeah. Back to you, Juan.
I wanted to talk on the peace thing. I think it's something that we should um, do here in Gravity, because when we focus on conflict, we are understanding conflict as something normal, and sometimes peace tends to be understood as a end state, but we can also talk about peace as an continued improvement of the quality of relationship. So it would be really good, since we are talking a lot about conflict, to also talk about peace. What happens, at least with me, with peace, is that sometimes it tends to be a lot polemic, and at the same time it tends to be very abstract. And I like of all everything related to peace, but it would be another work stream that we can include. I know that a streamer have been working on this, but I've lost contact with him a little bit. And also on the recruitment phase, I think now that we can continue being a small group and a very specialized group, because what happens when you tend to like recruit and invite everyone in is that then you first increase the operational costs, because people want to be rewarded, and then you also increase the complexity. And I think that right now we have a steady progress from a quite small group, and if we want to be sustainable, we also have to be small, because we couldn't be able to reward everyone from the budget that we have right now. So I think scaling will come. Bianca, Bianca jumped.
Wonder what her connection's like.
Yeah, and this is something that happened to the TC, and it's like hello Bianca, you're back.
Danger.
But yeah, don't worry, your internet. This is something that also happened to the TC, that we wanted to include everyone, and then we like made our operations really big and had like a really big organization, but now we are trying to make it a little bit more slim of organization. So I think learning from what happened to the TC, also we need to have like quality recruitment, but not like onboarding on Web3 or onboarding to DAOs. I think the people that we need right now has to have certain skin in the game, and that would also raise the quality of every contribution.
Can I also kind of make a suggestion while you've been talking? If Gravity are helping other DAOs with their push towards peaceful existence or dispute resolution or any of those things. Might that be an opportunity for us to? Well, I mean, we potentially could earn, some, if there are grants on offer, then maybe we can take advantage of the grants. But also, we can maybe onboard some people that way.
Yeah, of course.
So that we're
That's
not kind of, we're not trying to support them from our budget, but we're more trying to support them using other people's budget.
okay. Yeah, sure. This is something that I've been leading, and it's like outreaching to other communities. But for sure, that's something that we should try to do. To not work with our own resources, but to work with the resources that we get from others in exchange of our services.
I think the other word that I wanted to say, but I need to kind of add, is partnership. Can we work in partnership with people with one or other balance of, how do people get rewarded? Because that could be, it could be a balance that kind of leans one way or the other way.
I think you would be really cool to participate, and also I invite Sept in this on the developer DAO conversation. Sometimes when we're talking of like a DAO to DAO relationship, we end up talking about two leaders of the DAO talking between them, but we should make this like a really DAO to DAO. I mean, any of the members relating to the other DAO, and yeah, it's the developer DAO conversation. Bianca and I will try to add you two to this conversation, and it's interesting.
What is the call?
No, we're not. We only had one call last week. When we have another call, we can invite you. But right now we are having a chat. And what is interesting about this partnership is that we are learning about this. So we are still learning and that way we can like polish what I was saying in the beginning of like an unified criteria. And what we've been talking, and this has also a contribution from Durgadas, it's that we need to have like different levels of partnership. So for example, for the DAOs that we have hosted a training inside their DAO, we can offer them a maintenance cost. But for the DAOs that haven't had any relationship with us, before the Graviton training, they should also think of a consultation fee and of a discovery phase where we also spend our time getting to know the DAO, getting to know its members, seeing what is the state of the things that inside the DAO and all that. So it's like first we start with a discovery phase, then we offer the training, and then we can offer the maintenance.
The other thing which would be wonderful, Juan, if it's possible, is where we've had clients in the past, if it's possible to come up with a suitably anonymized public statement about how we helped their particular DAO, that would be really quite amazing if it's possible. And it's something that, given that we've still got contacts, into DAOs that we've worked with, we can put a sort of a statement in front of them to make it easy for them, saying, we'd like to say this, what do you think? So that they don't have to do the creative work, we've already done the creative work, and all they have to do is kind of edit, and hopefully in the end say yes. That
Bianca?
makes sense.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Thank you.
All that is things that are like in the work stream, and I can think of a case specifically of two people that were not having good relationships inside the DAO, and then like one of them took distance from the DAO, but then the both of them started contributing again, but without the layer of the DAO. So they continue contributing, but without being members of the DAO. And sometimes we tend to think of like rage quitting or forking it tends to be something bad, but actually rage quitting or forking, it's just something that is normal, and that shouldn't affect the capacity of people to continue having relationships.
I've had some interesting conversations about this during this week, because I'm looking at an individual and coming into a community, and if the interests are not quite aligned, then it's going to be the case that the individual at some point will say, actually, this isn't really quite what I was hoping to do. And therefore, as you say, sometimes walking away is not a bad thing. It's maybe that, it's not quite what they had wanted to do, and finding some other groups who are kind of doing something more closely aligned would be a better thing to do.
Yeah, groups closely aligned. One of the groups that I think that is closely is the Regen community.
Yeah.
And yeah, I am sure we can have more. Also, welcome Araujo to this call. Araujo, I have a reply to you. I know that like a lot of time ago you sent me a DM and I saw it and I said I am going to reply, and I haven't replied, so I am sorry for that. But yeah, thank you for coming to this call. And do you wanna say or share something? We are talking about some of our expectations on Gravity, and yeah, having somewhat of a brainstorm. You can see some of the notes in Bianca's shared screen.
I was lost a lot of time because I'm really busy right now. I'm working in a brokerage house, so I don't have a lot of time. So if you can send me all the updates of what things that happen on the calls since the last time I come, I will. Thank you.
Sure, you can see the notes in the document. I will share the link of the document here in the Discord, and also I will reply to you. Sorry, Bianca, do you wanna take again the mic?
Yeah. Thanks. Hold on. I just shared the link with Araujo. You can see in the chat. Those are the updates for last calls. You can see scrolling back. But okay. Yeah, for today's call, what I separated to talk today was that we posted the second proposal on the TC forum. You can check it out. Please give it some love. We worked a lot on this to put it together. If you have any suggestion to anything you might feel you can reply, put some love and likes there. We want to post there in the gardens in the next few weeks.
Let's make a tweet about this to engage also the people to know that we are requesting funds to the TC, and at the same time that also gives visibility to the TC as being like our main the community where we are born from.
Sweet. And then we need to fill up the inverter proposal document. It's this one. They have the template. So based in the draft document that we have, it's kind of, if you're not really aware with this document, you can feel kind of lost. But this is all the brainstorm ideas that we've been collecting. So it's really like trying to migrate to here in a way that it makes sense. But this proposal, it's going to be for the design and launch of our economy. I don't know if Juan and Zapt, how you want to do this, if you want to be more close to this proposal, because you have more intimacy to this topic.
Yeah,
I
I would say like we could approach like we did the last one. Like maybe we gather on a call and we start, approaching the proposal. And then I think like Bianca you did a great job, like polishing it and making it nice. So better to communicate. So I think like we could do like a team effort there.
Okay. So you want to get together in a call?
let's have a call like we had last time, and maybe we can gather on Friday and try to hack on this document.
Great. Just so you know, Juan, like me and Bianca are also gathering on Friday for the treasury thing. It's at 5 p.m. if I'm correct.
Okay.
Bianca.
Yeah, it's gonna be 11 my time, so it's 10 a.m. EST.
Okay. So let's do this. How about if we try to have like a 2 hour call where we tackle um, the payments, the distribution of this month, and this thing of the inverter proposal. I also heard that yeah, maybe they want it for this week, but maybe we will have it for next week. I think yeah, I always like to work with time and to also have some advice process. But yeah, let's start doing this week, and maybe we can send it next week.
Yeah, can you have access to the Telegram, Juan?
Oh, I haven't opened my Telegram. Okay, if there's like a deadline, we can do it this week.
Okay. They say like if we can finish this week, they can start reaching out to petition founders and coordinate with founding agreements to roll our lunch.
Okay. So there's like a priority on this, so let's do it this week. And then the focus of this proposal, of the inverter proposal, is not our operations. The focus of this inverter proposal is the design and launch of our token.
Yes. Design and launch of. Yeah, we can, work better on this. It's not so long. I feel that we can do this.
Do you want to make like a quick hack session here?
No, I feel that we can leave it for Friday.
What we can do is like asynchronously add some things, and then on Friday we don't start with the document from scratch, but we have like some draft or first version of the document to work on.
Yeah, that's good. And then we polish on Friday.
Oh, but this is a great news. I was being a little bit pessimistic because on DevCon I heard that the proposal inverter would still take some more months that it was planned because like the smart contracts are almost ready, but they still have to like test them, and yeah, they haven't been tested.
I see. Yeah, they say if we need anything, if we have any questions, to reach out to them. But yeah.
Does Septi, do you have access to this document? Is on the notes of the call, and also Innovator. So it's amazing because we will be doing what, as we said, we have some fundings from the TEC for operations, and then we will be requesting funding to the proposal inverter through to the proposal inverter for the launch and design of our token.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Very
And
good
Wonder
news.
what did you chat with Sam? Like, is he going to be ready to work as soon as we have the money, or what's the deal there?
Yes, we are in good terms with Sam, and we liked your idea, Septi. So actually, you are going to be like one of the main authors of the strategy of our launch, because we will be working with this high reserve that reduces gradually over a period of time until a certain point. And also we are also thinking of this of like the initial token distribution, the vesting not done on to transferable but to burn, so it would be like a premium governance over time, but it wouldn't be a capacity to destabilize the economy.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
so I feel that like we are between phases right now, phase 2 and phase 3 of what we had created before.
Yeah, we're between phase 2 and phase 3. Phase 3 will be having our own token and like stop asking money to just one DAO, but to having it to multiple DAOs. Hey, Durgadas,
Yeah.
we're just talking about phases.
Oh, okay.
How are you?
Good. Just woke up, so just getting.
I can't hear you very well.
Oh,
It's bitty.
yeah. Is this any better?
Perhaps.
Internet is crazy. Don't worry.
How about now?
Yeah, so then we need to do this week. It's kind of like our next step. And then maybe next week or the week after we can post the gravity proposal in the gardens. And then those are things to be thinking about and have it in mind. We've been talking about having the Graviton get together. Since we didn't do after the third training. So we talked about maybe having it for Thanksgiving. And I was thinking about having it on November in the 22nd. It's going to be a Tuesday. kind of like same time as the training was.
I think it's a great idea also because that way we can also remember to some of the Gravitons if we haven't received enough support to vote on the gardens.
Mm-hmm. And then we
Yeah.
can start promoting it.
Also, I know that Innovator wanted to know how can he contribute, and I don't know if you've seen these documents that say welfare at work in Web3. Those are two transcripts from the Twitter Spaces that we did, and it would be really cool if we can make one document talking about some of the things we learned and some of the things we spoke about in that space.
Yeah. And then
I was going to ask, if I may, sorry for interrupting, but is there a kind of library where we've got kind of a whole range of documents and maybe subfolders? Is there anything of that sort, so that we can have a scroll around and find documents that we can possibly put to use?
Yes, there is. Um, Didan have done this, and it's really an amazing work that we have. I will paste it in the chat of this. And he has like everything that we've been talking about, and this helps us to like not repeat. Sometimes if we don't have like a registry of everything that we've talked about, we can like talk about same topics again. But if we have this registry, yeah, like if we decide to repeat some topics, it's because they are needed to be repeated, and if not, we can like progress.
Sounds good.
nice. I'm gonna put in here.
Here, and maybe it needs a little bit of updating because here there are missing some, for example, the actual outreach that we're having with developer DAO. But yeah, sure. And also, Durgadas, I know you've been working with the 40 Acres DAO. It would be really cool. I don't know if we can also make a talk to that community about some of the things that we're working on.
Well, I am actually trying to get basically I have 2 meetings a week with both of you guys, and so I'm trying to get one of those to be like a shared meeting because we're basically moving forward at about the same, with many of the same sort of underlying technical things. So, that was a proposal. So that was part of me trying to get them to kind of understand some of what we're doing. And I often use our uh, focus matrix as a thing, copying many of the things that we've already made for our focus matrix over to theirs, so, and then sort of modifying it from that point. So yeah, I am I let them know that so hopefully some people will show up today. So I'm gonna put it out there again today. So
Yeah, I think that's nice. Yeah, we are now getting this client with developer DAO, and we are looking to the proof of humanity information too, to see, because they're having some conflicts, and Juan was bringing it up that they might need our help too. So I think it's nice, like, if we can get in touch with more communities better.
You know, that's something very interesting, because also on this outreach, it's very different to outreach a community that is having some sort of conflict and they want to like deal with it, and it's also this approach of communities who are like forking or that are having like a visible conflict. So it's difficult, and that's why I've been a little bit shy with proof of humanity, because I feel that if we try to approach them right now, it wouldn't be like a good timing, because they have like a lot of uncertainty, and we need to not only like work as firemen, but also we work a lot on prevention. And sometimes when you want to like mediate in a conflict and the conflict doesn't have like the proper context to mediate it, then like things cannot go well, or people like make some false expectations, or it's more difficult to work with people who is like hating each other than to work with people that is has good relationship. And and you know, it's been like really conflictive, this community, and that's why I feel it's not so easy, even though that we're conflict managers, to approach them, because for example they have 2 votes of removing mission board members right now and a vote for a peaceful fork. So it's like we are good and we're chasing conflict, but at the same time, it's not that we want a bomb to explode in our hands. Maybe after a fork, we can like work with one of the communities or with the 2 of the communities, or but like I feel that right now it's like too much of a difficult situation for us to try to like get in and actually help with our services.
I think you're right, Juan. I think there are certain situations where you kind of need to, and you know, both sides really want to kind of try to find some mediation of some sort. Because if one side doesn't want to, then it's like trying to take a horse to water, but it doesn't want to drink. So there is a need to kind of find the right timing. I agree with you.
And at the same time, something other that happens to me is that um, one of the parties of the dispute, I have not a friendship with him, but we have worked together, and I don't want that to like seem or to cause any like prejudice or bias, because yeah, one of the people who is involved in the conflict is a Latin American leader, and we've been growing the Latin American community together. And yeah, I respect both of them a lot, but I don't know if that the fact of me being a Latin American leader that have worked with him would like cause a bad impression on the other side. So it would be really cool to have like maybe other people, other person out like leading this. But as I am saying it, like I am looking at the situation, but I don't think that right now would be the proper moment to like approach them.
I think it makes sense.
I agree. I think
Being smart.
I think you're right. Sorry, Bianca, go on.
I think Juan, you're being smart about that. It's a good decision. To also like see where we're going into. That's a good approach.
Yeah, we also need time to like approach and make relationships with the groups, but and this is something that we can see right now that is happening in the DAO space. and it's like there are two teams that are fighting each other. And so to create confidence between the group, we need to have like, or confidence between all of them, or like confidence with one group, but it's really difficult. and and for example, I think this is a great idea that Septi posted in the forum, of like making a swag shop to buy and burn UBI tokens on Proof of Humanity. And this is something that Proof of Humanity needs it. People would be happy to burn their UBI to buy some swag, and it would also help the economy. And it's something that the community can do. But at the same time, as we are in this like chaotic moment, you see how like this cool idea goes like below some other more critical stuff happening in the DAO right now. So yeah, it's also good on this DAO to DAO thing, like a lot of good timing.
Yeah, it's so sad. Like people is focused on other stuff than building, but I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, your proposal is amazing. I mean, if they say yes, it would be something really cool for the whole community. But they are still like within their, yeah, crazy thing. It's the first time I see like two votes to remove mission board members in 1 week, and like forking on Snapshot also. And this has been something that I haven't been directly involved with, but I have been following for the past months. And this is something that has been happening for like, yeah, 3-4 months. So also our approach is like having a de-escalation phase, but we can see how the conflict, instead of de-escalating, it grew bigger with time.
Yeah, complicated.
It's very intense.
Mm.
Well, as we're going into like the final minutes of the call, yeah, the Juan talked about the content creation we are working on. You can have access to the links there in the document. Didan did a really good job rewriting this down. So we need to kind of like put this in a better shape where people read it, but they don't have all the informations and they get curious about it, and they also want to go to the Twitter and go to the actual writing. I want to post this in the mirror of Gravity. I'm thinking more kind of like in a magazine style where they post when they interview, kind of like that way. So I want to make it shorter, just to have more content there. But it's also like a really good information that we have here. So I think it's very valuable for us. So we have both days that we did the event. We have part 1 and part 2. And for this month in the mental health event, it was supposed to be tomorrow, but Angie, it's gonna be out of town, and we host the event together. So we were talking about canceling it and be more prepared for next month. So I want to bring it up in today's call also and get your feedbacks on it.
I mean, yes, if you if your partner's not available, then you are probably best to postpone it and come back next time.
Yeah, I also agree. I feel also that we have to like also be aware of the momentum of the calls of our DAO. And right now there's like not so much participation on some things. So maybe we can like make it next month and have like a good advertisement, because what we don't want also is to like spend time on calls without having the right audience that we want to have in these things. But also the mental health is something that has had a good reception, and also in the Twitter spaces. So yeah, as you are also the leader of that, Bianca, we respect the decisions that you take.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good to like be more prepared for next month. And canceling it for this month, I feel kind of sad about it, but it's like dealing what we have right now. And it's also like it's fine. I hope people don't miss it as much. Sometimes when we change it, they ask, "Wait, where's the event?" But yeah, we can explain. So yeah, just bringing transparency to this point.
Maybe
Uh-huh.
one last thing before is that it would be really good also to start thinking of the third Graviton training at some point. I know it's something that we have planned for next year, so we still have time. But if we don't do it with enough time, then we'll be running at the end. So it would be really cool if we can like advertise it since, I don't know, mid-November, or maybe we can launch it in the Graviton get together, announce the first Graviton training. So for that we will have like the 22nd of November, and have maybe we don't have to have everything ready, but yeah, maybe thinking on what would be the approach that that makes unique this training. And something that I am thinking I want to propose is to have an more sessions around mental health, because we haven't had that in the training. So yeah, it's just what I think.
I think that's a great idea. I loved it. I think it's really cool. We do need more people involved in the promoting of gravity, and inside of marketing and stuff like strategy and things like that. So we need to maybe create two flags here, one for the Graviton get together and one to launch the Graviton training.
Yeah, maybe launching it sounds like too of a done product. Maybe like announcing, or like, yeah, having at least some raw idea of dates and content. Also during DevCon, I approached to some cool guys that talk about this. So I think we can have like one or two cool guests from the wider Ethereum ecosystem participating here. So that would be also cool.
Yeah.
Last thing from me, Juan, before we go. You said you were going to put a link into the chat, but I'm not seeing it at the moment, but I don't know if that's me.
It's in the open chat of the voice channel. You in the Gravity voice channel, you can open the chat, and it's there.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I was looking at. Yeah, fine. I understand. Thanks.
Okay, so to close this call, does anybody has any questions or anything else do you want to add for this agenda?
Well, we're meeting in an hour, right?
No, you changed.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So we have new dates and times for the Gravity website.
Mhm.
So it's tomorrow. My time it's 2 p.m., but it's 1 p.m. EST.
Mhm.
And Monday, same time, 1 p.m. EST. Okay.
Yep.
And let's praise. Let's praise each other. So we raise each other's TC tokens so we can vote when the Gravity proposal goes in the garden. We get more power this way.
Yeah,
And
we should remind ourselves about that. The praise has gone way down since then.
yeah,
So yeah. So
let's
yeah.
praise everybody. It's a good practice.
Mhm.
Let's do it. So yeah, thank you all for being here, for coming to this call. I really appreciate everybody, all your work, and everything you're bringing to Gravity. I love working with you.
Thank you,
So
Bianca.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
I
you,
just
guys.
want to say thanks, Bianca, for your organising. Thank you.
Thank you. I see you tomorrow at the website and narrative meeting. Have a nice day, everybody.
See you later.
Thanks,
Thank
Bianca.
you.
Thanks, Juan.
Thank you to everybody. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Thanks, Juan.